Now, there is a new direction that people are looking into on justice for Mohbad. Like I've always said, do not look at justice for Mohbad as something that is trending on social media alone. You should use all of this that you have heard as an example. It's more or less like reading your Bible or Quran or any of those moral or scriptures. It is a story of the life lived by certain group of people, circumstances surrounding them, how they manifested, what they did right and what they did wrong. That is what most of those holy books talk about, amongst other things. Welcome once again. Justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad. Now, like I said at the beginning, people are looking into something called generational curse. Now, this is debatable. There are those who say there is nothing like generational curse, generational pattern, and that. Why have they decided to go down this lane? It is because of the repetition of the same that happened to Mohbad's father, even though he is alive. But somehow it seems Mohbad got a bad woman too. Even at this point, Mohbad's mother is still fighting against those that are seeking for justice for her son. Apart from Mohbad's father, apart from fighting Mohbad's father tooth and nail, she is still against those that are seeking justice. All she cares about now is to put her son under the soil. And she gave reasons to that. Baba Mohbad, she blabbed and said a lot of nonsense things. In all that she said, we couldn't pick anything connected to our own findings on what took her son's life from Wunmi. She is protecting Wunmi and her family, protecting everything that should not be protected. And we have Wunmi too. When we compared both phone call that got leaked, we realized that they are both one and the same. In fact, if not that we know that this woman called Bosse is Mohbad's mother, we would have thought that this woman is Wunmi's mother, because both of them have the same mindset, they speak the same way, they behave in the same manner. You know, I have never seen such, unless among those that are covenanted, those that have taken oath to be wicked, to be evil, those that suck human blood, those that destroy. You know what I mean? Those that spend time in the middle of the night in covens. Unless such people, that is the only place that you'll find a mother, girlfriend, mother, wife, mother, fiancé joining hands together against husband, boyfriend, and son. That is the only place you find such unbelievable things. So people are beginning to say, it seems this is what it is. I want you to listen to our guest, and we will be talking more. What you're about to hear will blow your mind. Like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, tap on that button, the love icon with the dollar sign in the middle of it, to encourage this channel to do more.
Curses, because this Abosede that is coming out and misbehaving, that we are all seeing, you know, and now Mohbad also, you know, made mistake for, you know, by marrying a woman like just like Abosede. That's to me. CY and Abosede, there's no much difference. I thought maybe she is a good mother compared to, you know, because of how she called Daddy Mohbad and was raining curses on him because of Liam. I thought she was different in that aspect, but you know, seeing from this voice note a few days ago how she was cursing our own child just made me say, oh, no wonder they're best of friends, no wonder they are close. So pray for generational curses. The way Daddy Mohbad made mistake by marrying Abosede is the same line that Mohbad went through again. So we just as parents, we don't just sit down there and say, oh, I want to invest in my children, I want to give them the best life, put them in the best school. We speak into their future, speak into their, wake up in the middle of the night, make declarations, call upon the host of heaven and speak for them. See, if you don't marry any woman that will not let you be great, if you don't marry any woman that will just put a dark cloud over your life, because this is what it is. I never used to pay attention to my, well, I was paying attention to my husband, but this case just made me, I got to a point I just had to call the GP. I said, look, because African men, they'll be like, oh, I'm fine, won't they just take self-medication and all that. I now learned to actually force him to. I went. The other day I told him, we have to go to the GP. I saw that he was always tired. He was getting so weak. Little thing is tired.
This fight was becoming very constant that he doesn't even understand. He was like, can you give yourself a space for some time? Maybe if you are away from each other, then when you come back, you understand one another. Baba now wanted to take Mohbad down to his house in Ikorodu. And the man is not really assertive. He listens to advice and words from people. So while they were going on third mainland bridge, the mother just said, you cannot take my son to where stepmother is. So my son is not going to your house in Ikorodu. And Baba said, it was the house the stepmother was that your son grew up now. That where were you when he was with stepmother? He now said, okay, I will obey you. Baba didn't want to take her to that side in Ota, where Mama Mohbad, he now took Mohbad to Blessing's place that Mohbad was. Unfortunately, Mohbad was the one. Even that in court fight, that they are keeping away Mohbad from Wunmi, and this Baba himself had to call Wunmi to tell Wunmi where Mohbad was. He later discovered it was Mohbad himself that described and gave description of where he was to Wunmi. So that was it.
Well, I don't know what is called Kayamata.
I was trying to remember. That was what I was trying to remind Sangurezi.
Yeah.
That story is out there, and it is because of the incessant fights. Baba had to take him away, and that is the problem they started having. So it is not the placenta that caused the fight. It was the fact that Baba took Mohbad away from Wunmi.
Wow.
Stories
are happening. Everything is happening.
Wunmi find out that Baba was chatting with Naira Marley. And Naira Marley had made it known to Baba that he's sending money to different accounts that does not have Wunmi's name. And that is how Baba find out that these people has a whole lot. So
Wow.
Baba is, what is going on is Baba is smart. Baba know what he's doing. Just that Baba is not is, like I said, he's not educated. It doesn't mean he's not smart. So I mean, he's had a lot of information he's keeping. He's just waiting for his day in court. You understand? He's just waiting for his day in court. And you will imagine if they find out, we have said that Baba has gone to check the body, and Baba has not said anything. In fact, they made it look like they didn't even notice if there's anything wrong with the body or not. But I'm telling you, I'm certain that the body that they examine, they will have seen one or two complications. But at this time, they are keeping it. If they had known that they find out something, we won't be here now. We have been talking about that one, but we're keeping that one. And I know that when the day of the court comes and everything, there will be a whole lot of things to talk about. We're going to keep praying for that man, because as it is now, that is our president, and he is the one leading us in this fight for justice.
At the beginning of this justice for Mohbad, a lot of people thought that Mohbad's father didn't do enough. He actually did. But there is a limit to what you can tell your grown-up son. There's a limit. particularly if he's doing well, and there's a limit. Regardless, there is a limit. There's a limit to what you can do. I mean, you cannot whip him, you cannot spank him at that age. You can't. What am I trying to say? Mohbad's father somehow was able to spot that certain things were not right between Mohbad and Wunmi. That Wunmi is not right for Mohbad, or both of them are not right for each other, or this is not the time for Mohbad to get involved in such complex relationship. Wunmi claimed that he has been with Mohbad for 10 years. Yeah, it is possible that people have such issues during their growing up years because they have so much attention from different people here and there. It is also there. We know that these things happen. So Mohbad's father stepped into this since he wanted to draw in the parents of Wunmi for them to sit down and mediate on this matter. Well, according to him, Wunmi's alleged father, because we don't know if that is Wunmi's father. Wunmi's alleged father, we don't know who is Wunmi's father, blocked Mohbad's father when he requested that both of them schedule a day and time for both of them to discuss on how to broker peace or how to handle issues between Mohbad and Wunmi. The man simply blocked him, definitely from the request of Wunmi's mother. Now, Wunmi's mother, a former police officer, corrupt, obviously. She's so corrupt that she manipulated Mohbad's land document. Mohbad's father had to request again. Things went wrong. They tried to write it and they tried to do things properly. Ever since then, Mohbad's father became the enemy of the Adebanjos. Well, the man didn't keep quiet. He kept on. After all, this is my son. Unfortunately, Mohbad has been bewitched, or he was simply foolish. You know, some of you might call it love. It's not necessarily love. At times, it's just foolishness, stupidity. Well, both of them had issues between themselves. They had issues between themselves. Mohbad's father stepped into it. He took Mohbad to his elder sister's place. I mean, Mohbad's elder sister's place called Blessing. Go there, go stick there, stay in there. You guys should give yourself space and time to calm down and to look inwards. He took Wunmi and the little baby, very little. Wunmi and the little baby. Probably the little baby was about maybe a month or weeks or thereabout. Took her and the little baby. Wunmi refused at first, saying, "No, I'm not going to go there." She should have gone to her parents' house. But Mohbad's father didn't say, "Go to your parents' house." So it wouldn't appear like I sent her back to her parents with the child. The man understood culture and tradition. He wasn't trying to separate them. He only wanted time away from each other. Like, you guys should just take time off from each other so that you can put things right. Now, the question is this. What was the problem between both of them? Was Mohbad cheating? Was Wunmi cheating? Transformer, that lyric tells you what was happening. Mohbad already suspected. Mohbad wasn't comfortable. Things weren't right. Was Mohbad a young man who had anger issues? These things are there for us to learn from. So, a man is not happy with something and he's not ready to leave that thing. That is the issue of Mohbad. Maybe he has been put on a spell, or is just used to Wumi. Like, how am I going to get a woman like her, like, that we run things like this? We take our things, we do our things, and, Or is it Wumi who is not ready to live up, to keep up with the vows or with the arrangement that we are no longer boyfriend and girlfriend, we are stepping into that realm of fiancé? Is it Wumi that is not ready to keep up, to do the needful? What exactly is this? Anyway, she eventually agreed. She went to Mohbad's father's house with the baby, and after a while, it is according to what our guest said, Mohbad was actually the one that described where he was, where he is then, at her elder sister's house to Wumi to come over. And this is how the so-called stay away from each other for a while broke. They were unable to finish up what they were supposed to do. Like, you guys stay away from each other, take time off, look inwards, settle yourselves in. Let us see how we can. Mohbad's father tried. That's the point. He did. He tried. But the forces that were against Mohbad and his father, they were so much. Too much. He tried his best to broker peace. If you tell your son, hey, stay away from this girl, stay away from this lady, that's when your son will go and get that girl pregnant. That's when your son will refuse, because human beings, they don't like to be told don't. When you tell them don't, that's when they want to get it done. That's why when they want to go in, they want to be involved in it. A lot of us have experienced this as human beings. Don't go with that lady, don't go with that guy. Some people went and became good, things became nice. Some did not. Or some did. Whatever it is that they did, it became bad, like that of Wumi and Mohbad. Stay away from this girl. Cut off from her. If he had cut off from her, maybe he would be alive today. Just imagine these things, how the man struggled, did all physical, spiritual, whatever way, just to make sure all of his efforts came down to nothing. All of his efforts came down to zero. He had on the other side Mohbad's mother trying to destroy all of the spiritual efforts. She confessed it herself that she didn't follow through the spiritual request and what was supposed to be done. She manipulated everything, gave them something else, fake. Here we have Wumi and Mohbad. He felt like, oh, anyhow, maybe Mohbad should have opened up to his father. Look, the reason I'm having this quarrel with this lady is because she is not straightforward with me, and I suspect that this child does not belong to me. Maybe he wasn't thinking that at that point, or maybe he knew about it. If he had told his father, Dad, I think I needed to do a swap to find out if this child is mine. If it's not mine, this girl has to go. If it's mine, then I think me and this girl, we need a marriage counselor. And how many people go to marriage counselors? Or we need to go for a retreat, both of us, outside of Nigeria, somewhere. It could even be maybe somewhere in Nigeria too. Somewhere. Let's go for a retreat. Let's go to like a resort somewhere, and without alcohol. Because that's what both of them take. Alcohol. They try to live the life. Alcohol, smoke, whatever. Without any of these things. Without any of these things. Without it. That's how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, the man did what he could do in his own way. Everything still came, That's why some people are beginning to look at it like, is there a generational pattern curse or something? Maybe something that does not want that family to be liberated from penury, poverty, or whatever it is. Because the man tried in his own way. And when you are so broke, so broke, your voice cannot be too loud. Your voice cannot be too loud because you might offend those that will help you, those that will show you mercy, pity, empathy. You see? So it's so complex. That's how it appears. But I'm sure that we have been able to learn or pick one or two things from this. It's better we look inwards and look at our family. Also, you heard what some of our guests said, that they have decided to look inwards, look into their own home now. They are not taking chances anymore. They have decided to look inwards, look into their family, look into that lacuna, look into those norms that can be dangerous, those practices, those way of life that can be dangerous, those things that you feel like, anyhow, let's forget about it. Particularly those that try to administer medication when you are not supposed to administer it. Self-medication. Because of the system, these things are done in certain countries where there are no rules, or the rules are not stringent enough. You have access to certain things. And also, we've also learned that it's not everything that is good for you. There are certain things that you need to bust yourself out of it. If not, it will finish you. Once you realize that this is not what you should be in, the earlier the better you run away from it. This applies more to youngsters, teenagers. I know there is always that struggle at that time because you want to be appreciated, you want to be admired, you want to have something functioning for you. You believe that your world ends where you are. You see the future with that person. And at times that future is not even there with that particular person. You think this is heaven. Oh, I like and this makes you reflect back in those years. That particular lady or guy that you thought, oh, this is the heaven on earth. Look at how she looks. She's so beautiful. He's so handsome. Look at this. And now you've moved through the journey of life. And if you are asked, will you go back to that particular person? You say, no. Because now you have realized that Nokia 3310, although it is a solid phone, it cannot be compared to your current smartphone. So you are like, oh, no, I ain't going to that. And no, I'm not going to stick to that kind of. That is what life is. So we need to know that thing that you want to die for, that is not even worth it, can take your life. That thing you want to die for, it can take your life when you are not even ready to die for it. You say, oh, this thing, I'm ready to do everything for it. It can take your life. So unfortunate. I don't know what you guys think of this one. Drop your comment, like, and share. See you guys in the next update.